Hey, good morning, friends. I wasn't sure if I was actually on or not, but it looks like I am. And I wonder if there's anybody out there this morning that's on the live with me, ready for Facebook live Facebook chat, fireside chat. I've got my tea. Actually, this morning I'm drinking licorice tea. It's pretty good. My mother introduced me to it, and I really like it. It's really nice for cold mornings like this morning. I see there's two people on. If you're on, would you say hello in the chat? And if you have trouble chatting, there is a little option that StreamYard gives you to be able to like uh, come in to the video so that you can leave a comment. Hey, Jen. Hi. Nice to see you this morning. I didn't call you last night. I thought of that this morning. I got um, I got distracted by something, and by the time I got back, I forgot. Hi, Pebbles. Nice to see you this morning. Are you working today? Are you watching from work, or did you actually take the day off today? Hope you took the day off. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate that. So I know there's one more person on this morning. I'm not sure who it is, but Pebbles, I'm proud of you. You're not working. Yay! I love to hear that. So there's 5 people on. Thank you so much for being on. If you're on, would you say hello? Oh, hi, Diane. I was wondering if you were in there, out there, in there somewhere. I don't know what's the terminology for all this, but anyway, I'm glad you're with us. Hi, Patty. Good morning. Nice to see you this morning. Very nice. I love fireside chats. I love just to see who comes on, and when we're on Facebook, we say hey, we leave a little comment, have a nice day, stuff like that. But here it's a little more personal. Actually, I know we don't get to talk to each other, but it is nice to be able to see who's on and say hello and that sort of thing. I wanted to show you something this morning, y'all. I love this. Look what came. My books. Okay, so this is Merry Christmas, Love God. And this particular book is the first of the Borrow My Joshua Stones series. So the Borrow My Joshua Stones series is a 12-book series. It is based on all true stories of things that happened to me and my family when we first got saved and met the Lord, and our lives began to transform. And God did some pretty cool things to build our faith. God knew the things that were coming in our future, like losing my husband, my first husband, to cancer, like lots of other things that happened. And just to see the way God orchestrated events in our family was pretty amazing. So this first one, Merry Christmas, Love God, is about a story that happened pretty quickly after I got saved. It was in the fall, and that Christmas, I wasn't sure how we were going to provide gifts for our kids that year. It was kind of a rough year financially. We had recently moved, and a lot of things didn't exactly go the way we had hoped. And I was challenged to pray for God to provide for us for our Christmas, and he provided in a really amazing way. So there's kind of the story behind it. There's the way in which he answered prayer, and it's a really cool story. So the reason these are called Borrow My Joshua Stones book series is because sometimes it's hard to remember times when God did something amazing in your own life, that when you're in a challenging situation, that you can remember that God was faithful and that he really did something amazing in your life. And in the story of Joshua in the Bible, when God tells the 12 to put the stones in where they came through the Jordan River. There were 12 stones, one stone for each of the tribes, and the stones would be there for the children to see and ask, what are those stones for? And they could tell the children about God's faithfulness for them. And why is that? Because we need to be reminded of God's faithfulness in our lives, right? So if you don't have those stories, if you don't have those stones of your own, you can borrow my Joshua stones. So these are my Joshua Stone stories, and they start from when we first came to know the Lord. And there will be 12 of these. So this is the first. This was actually out on January 1, but I didn't get them until 2 days ago. Take a long time for the author copies to get to the author. Now, if you order them online, you'll get them in a day or two. If you order them from me, you'll get a signed copy and you'll still get them in a day or two. But my February books, they're not here yet. So those are coming out soon. So there's a book coming out each month. And this is the first one. This is the January book. So if you would like a signed copy, let me know. And I'll be happy to send you that information for that. And also, if you are if you don't care if you get a signed copy, they are available on Amazon.com. So appreciate that. A little plug on my books there. I was excited. I just love the way the cover came out. So cute. So. Speaking of going back and thinking about, our memory, having memory, going back and thinking about things in our past and thinking about sweet memories and things like that. I was thinking this morning about what I wanted to talk about. And you may have seen this week, I had pictures pop up on Facebook, my Facebook memory, of Mike and I when we were in a photo shoot together with a photographer friend of mine. And these pictures were taken in February, and it was bitterly cold, bitterly cold. And we didn't really want to have big winter coats on for our photo shoot. So we dressed as warm as we could with sweaters and a scarf, and we did our very best to not look absolutely bone-chilling frozen, but we were. Even Mike, who was always hot, that particular day, he was pretty cold too. But we had a lot of fun doing this photo shoot, and it came up in my Facebook memories the other day. And you can see them if you go back and scroll on them. They're really fun pictures of Mike and me. So I was thinking about those pictures and just how when my first husband died, it was so hard for me to look at pictures. It just really broke my heart. But it dawned on me one day that if I didn't keep looking at those pictures, if I kept avoiding the pictures, there would never come a day when I could look at the pictures and smile again. And so I knew that I had to continuously look at the pictures, and they would make me cry. They would break my heart. They were very painful. They were very painful to look at. But I knew that if I didn't continue to do that, that I would never be able to look at the pictures and smile again. And that was my goal. And I knew that when I got to that point, I knew that I was healed. I was healed from grief, or I was well on my way to healing from grief. And I think that little exercise that I insisted I do during that first year after Vinny died, I was so busy and there were so many things to take care of. I guess partly because I had my mom to take care of after Mike died. I really didn't have a lot of time to grieve. I had a lot of things distracting me all the time. And there was one night when I sat down and I said, I know I know enough about grief. I know that if I keep avoiding it, it's going to hit me one day, and it's going to hit me by surprise, and it's not going to be pretty. And so I took some time one day to go through my wedding album and to look at pictures of Mike and me. And I went through Facebook and I looked at pictures um, and cried and took the time to do that. And that is something that I felt. I've always felt, ever since I've had that experience, I've always felt like it was something that I learned that was really valuable, that I really wanted to pass on to other people, because I think that we, um, as human beings, we do a very good job at trying to avoid the things that hurt us. Okay. Um, I can remember when my daughter, my youngest daughter, was, I don't know, maybe 12, maybe 13. I don't really remember her age, but she was going out, which, is kind of a crazy phrase that kids use, but she was kind of in a relationship with this young man. And a friend of mine had said to me one day, you know that he's going to break her heart. He didn't have a very good reputation. I said, yes, I'm aware of that. I know that very much. And she said, don't you want to protect your daughter? And I said, I really want my daughter to learn that bad boys really aren't a good choice. And she's not going to learn that by me telling her that she can't hang around with him. And I said, I'm watching. She knows the things to do, not to do, that'll hurt her physically or whatever. But I want her to learn about the choice that she's made and the consequences for herself as to what can happen if you don't choose wisely in this area. And I knew that it would hurt her. And the day came. It did. The day came. I did not want to prevent her from feeling that pain. I wanted her to feel it. I wanted her to have a broken heart. Now, maybe that sounds heartless. I didn't want to see her sad, but I wanted her to experience something that I knew would be a lesson. And I think that's one of the things that sometimes we avoid doing in life. We avoid certain things that we know are going to hurt us. Here's the thing that I'm not saying that we should jump into things that will hurt us. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I mean, there are already things that hurt us. Okay. We already have events and situations that have broken our hearts. Okay. And in the case of like my losing my husband, my heart was broken. I couldn't turn that around. Okay. But I realized that I needed to not run away from that, because it really wasn't going to take away from my pain. What it was going to do was bury it. And that one day it would spring out and I would suddenly be smacked in the face with it. And I actually saw that from other people who ran away from their grief for years and years. And 10 years later, they were hit in the face with it. So it's important for us to not avoid the things that are happening around us. It's okay to face fear in the face. It's okay to face sorrow in the face. And if we don't, let me see, what did you say here, Diane? We all need to experience the consequences of our choices. Yeah, we do. So it goes both ways. It goes in the things that we don't have anything that we can control over it, like grief, like the loss of a loved one. It also goes in the experience of us making choices and having to experience what it is that the consequences of choices that we make sometimes. I know I'm kind of experiencing that right now in some other areas as well. And I've really had to be honest about that and really face it, even though I don't like what I see. But that's really being honest with yourself, but not in a way that you have to beat yourself up. It's really being honest in a way that you can learn. I hate to do this, but my computer is telling me that my battery is about to die. And I realized I set it up this morning and it's been off the charger for a while and I'm not sure where I put the charger. So I can't plug it in. And if I lose you, you'll know why. But actually, I think that this was the point that I wanted to make. It was the thing that I wanted to share this morning. And I hope that's helpful because I do think that in life, there's nothing wrong with us feeling sad. There's nothing wrong with feeling sad. There's nothing wrong with feeling fear, but then let's recognize it. We have to take time to recognize it, to reflect upon it, to see what do we need to learn, what action do we need to take, and how can we use that emotion for our advantage? How can we use that emotion to launch us forward? And I think that we are emotional creatures, and a lot of times we want to avoid emotion. So that was kind of the point of what I wanted to share this morning. We don't have to avoid emotion. We have to learn how to live with it. We have to learn how to live with the feelings that arise, that rises in us, and recognize why is that in a particular time. Sometimes the emotion is there because it's triggered something that we believe about a situation that, you know what, maybe isn't even true. So it's important for us to recognize why are we feeling certain things at certain times in certain situations, and is it something that we need to learn from? Is it something that can steer us in the direction of becoming better and not bitter? Can it steer us in the direction of learning something from it, and allowing it to give our life value because we're willing to look at it and we're willing to let it be something that launches us into our future. So that was on my heart this morning. That's what I wanted to share. I hope that's been of value to you. I'd love to hear from you. I hope it made sense. And I hope that it's something that can help you in your future, and maybe with something that you're going through today as well. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I hope you stay warm because I know it's pretty cold here. And if anyone is interested in a copy of the Merry Christmas Love God, let me know. I'll be happy to send you a link where you can get a signed copy, or you can just get on Amazon and order it straight from there. But I hope you all have a great weekend, and I love you. And I'm glad that you were on this morning. And if you're on the replay, let me know. And I'm glad that I got to see you today. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Diane. And I hope you all have a great afternoon. Bye-bye. Oh, put a link in the chat. Well, let's see. Hold on. Didn't think of that. Let's see. Actually, let's see. GilruthPeterson.com/book. So that is the link. And there we go. Whoops. GilruthPeterson.com/book. And you can order the book online on my website. You can also go on Amazon and search Merry Christmas Love God by Gilruth Peterson, and you can get your copy that way as well. So, all right, y'all, have a great weekend, and I hope that you stay safe and warm, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.